Folks. Rudy style.
Is that what it was?
Rudy style.
Center.
I have a box of
Rudy style.
March of the Machine Aftermath. Bah.
Now, so the weird thing about this
Okay.
is it's...
This is a attempt
Epilogue set.
by Wizards to make
Okay.
a small set again for the first time in like 20 years.
Okay.
So this was like, you play Standard more than I ever really have, but even you're not playing.
Yeah.
But this was like, okay, let's add a few more cards to Standard
Okay.
and make a more affordable product. You know, because I got this like off of a reseller for like, I think it was like $45
Yeah.
off the group or whatever, and like these were I think MSRP. No, they're not really MSRP, but I think more like supposed to be like 70-ish or 80-ish maybe,
Okay.
something like that. $69.99 if I had to guess. I don't even know if our local shop had any, and if they did, I never
have no
saw them.
idea.
But
I
there's-
wasn't going very often during
there's
the Standard
small
days.
packs.
So.
they're small packs. There's only like I think like 6 cards in a pack,
Oh.
and
So
there's
the
just
packs are small, and the pack can like...
yeah, because the whole
containers
set
small.
only has like a small pool of cards it could be.
Interesting.
So there's only it's a lot of legends, a lot of cool legends we can quick
Still
look
have
at.
to
So.
adjust. I keep burping. I'm
gotcha.
so sorry.
Is this YouTube friendly?
It's a threat. That's fine.
We'll let all that indigestion out.
It's
but
friendly. Yeah.
anyway,
Give it a
yeah.
slice.
So
Leaves the blade open.
just crack into this.
Yeah. So how many
Let's find out.
packs are in there? We don't know. So it's not 12.
They don't even like tell you on the
It's greater
box
than or
anymore.
less than 12? Yeah. It's 13 plus.
It's 13 plus. Wow, this is a feisty box. Normally I would set it up, but
Yeah.
we're not going to do that.
It's not the display
Oh,
category.
5 cards in a
This is
pack.
neat. 5 cards in a pack. Whoa, there's a bunch of them though.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of 5. Okay, so they make it seem like it's
So
more.
we got a lot going on here.
Shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation.
I
So
think. I think that's what that's called.
we got 5, 10, 15.
Ooh, this is double-sided, by the way.
Oh, cool. 20,
Whatever this was.
24.
Oh.
24 packs. Would you like to safely
Yeah.
dispose of said
I'll
knife?
put this away.
So I got this because it was cheap. I just bought it and then ended up being that it'd be cool to open. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Pack
I
one.
feel like I'm
pack
gonna
one.
bend the cards just like
You might.
opening the packs.
It seems like it's flimsier for some reason.
So we got a Feast of the Victorious Dead. It's
Here,
an
keep it,
uncommon.
The center.
Oh, okay, yeah. Death Rattle Oni. Tazri Stalwart Survivor. Did you follow the Brothers War stuff that they put out? Because this is kind of like part of that.
I know
whole
like
thing, I think.
nothing other than like some
Okay.
of the old lore. So like the names might be familiar.
Each
but
creature
I don't know
you
what it's gonna
control
do.
has tap, add 1 mana of any of this creature's colors. Spend this mana only to activate an ability of a creature. Activate only if this creature has another activated ability.
So was this one of those sets that like just had like a bunch of like legendary stuff in it too?
There's a crap ton of legends in here.
Yeah.
That's like all this thing is, and then some like supporting cards.
Okay.
So, and then we got a Animus Might, and we got a Campus Renovation.
I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
No, you're good. So these are uncommons. So they did the thing where you get like, this is like the Strixhaven one,
Yeah.
and then some
Mystical
cards will be like
Archives.
the retro frame,
Right.
and then we got a Night Token,
Token.
uncommon. So I'm just gonna sort by like rarity. I'm not gonna sort by like border and stuff because we'd be here for, ever.
Yeah.
So. Wonder how we're trying out the autofocus on this overhead cam now, because I'm curious
Yeah.
how that works out. So, and if I ever open this pack, we'll know.
It's all gonna be blurry.
Yep, it might be. The Sony camera's doing work though. It'll be all right. Got a crappy uncommon.
I was thinking about like how
Nahiri.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Affinity for equipment.
Yeah. Try to keep my thing is like try to like maybe keep
Oh,
them like,
yeah.
a little flatter or
Sorry.
like just put them on like the zone that I think because otherwise it might just have trouble kind of doing that.
Okay.
So
Affinity for equipment.
and then the rest just kind of like keep them.
Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment spells this way without paying their mana cost.
Okay.
There's definitely like commandery stuff going on here. I looked at some of these legends before. There's a Nissa that looks cool.
Yeah.
Got a Tolarian Contempt. Mythics.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then we got a...
That's a unique looking border.
Yeah. Is this from, like...
That's probably from
Brothers
that
War or
set.
something?
Yeah. I think they made these
Some
kind
uncommon
of like
or something. Okay.
stone kind of tablet.
Sadly, we're really just here for, like, the mythics.
Yeah.
There's a training ground.
Aren't we all?
Training ground. Yeah. Training grounds got printed in here as a rare, which is cool because that's a really nice
nice
card to have. So, got a Yara's Oathsworn. Yeah, this is nothing. It's a 2/2 with menace for 2. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if it has fewer than 4 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has exactly 4, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. That's cool. Uncommon, some cool border stuff. I mean, this seems like a nice set for people who just want to get random ass cards with like random borders and like designs and stuff. Yeah. But again, these were meant to like introduce stuff into standard, and I think the market kind of rejected it pretty hardcore.
Yikes. Well, so this was also kind of like in the era of like returning to Paper Magic kind of thing, because they announced, you know, the whole like Phyrexia saga. Like we go back to Dominaria, we do a bunch of stuff, we have a big war, all these like we're fighting Phyrexians.
Yeah, this card's look at this thing. It's a 3-mana 3/4 menace and ward 1. It's a rat shaman.
Rat what?
Whenever
shaman.
whenever Nashi Moon's Legacy attacks, exile up to 1 target legendary or rat card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast a copy.
Okay.
So weird. Yeah, this is just like
Weird rat trap.
here's another Tolarian Contempt, but with like a different border.
Yeah.
So like yeah, you can see what this set's doing. It's a very small pool of cards.
Yeah.
But
So we're gonna get more rats, is what you're telling me.
well, I don't know if there's rats in here because this isn't a draft pack type thing. This is just like set boostery type stuff.
Oh.
Because these are just added to your standard collection.
Yeah.
Add these to your standard collection.
So the set was called March of the Machine. That's right.
Right. Then this was Aftermath, and then there's Epilogue boosters of these, and there's collector boosters of these. So there's a special Halo foiling in the collector booster ones.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. But this is where this card came from, though. I put this in the cube.
Oh.
This is an uncommon that's worth talking about. 2/2 for 2. Each other human you control gets +1/+0 and has ward 1. So this is a good human tribal.
Yeah.
We got the Kenrith's Royal Funeral.
I guess that was when
They died?
so-and-so died.
When the Kenrith's Royal Funeral enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target legendary creature cards from your graveyard. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the greatest mana value among cards exiled this way.
Who died? What was the
I don't know.
flavor? Is there
Looks like they're
flavor
both dead. No, there isn't. Oh. Legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card exile with the Kenrith's Royal Funeral. So this is like an enchantment that just sits around. So that's cool.
I'm going to have to
This is
search that later
rare.
and figure out who died.
Yeah, I guess so. Urborg Scavengers. Is that
I should know this.
That's a rare. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Has flying as long as a card exiled with it has flying. The same. It's like a freaking Soul Flare.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-mana 2/2. Whenever it attacks or enters the battlefield, you exile stuff, and then it starts gaining those abilities.
Soul Flare is annoying.
Soul Flare is cool. This is like a slow Soul Flare. Oh.
Slow.
No token.
Flailer. Slow flailer.
Slow Flailer.
That's hard to say.
He's really tired.
That's hard to say, dude. That is, I feel like we haven't put in a dent in the amount of packs.
Oh, no, we're doing good. We got this. Tolarian Contempt, somebody cares.
It just looks like there's a lot.
You got Danitha.
Oh,
That's
man.
me and Dan.
It's your alter ego.
New Benalia is late.
Your feminine version.
We got a card for Andrew's green-white deck here. We got a 3-mana 2/2 with Vigilance, Trample, and Lifelink. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an Aura equipment spell from your graveyard. It's not for your deck.
No, so it's for your deck.
It could have. No.
Enchanters?
No, it's not. No, it wouldn't be worth it.
Okay.
And nothing.
Another one of those.
Yeah, uncommons. So there's no commons in this set at all.
Oh.
This whole pool is just uncommons and rares and mythics.
And my collector booster had
commons in
in
it.
it.
Well, this set doesn't have commons in it.
So if they just took out the commons, you'd have this size of a pack.
Probably.
They should probably just do
close
that.
to it,
They
right?
should probably just do that, right?
Markov Baron. We got Plarg and Naseri, or whoever the freak that is. Okay.
Nasiri?
It's a 5-mana 5/4 Orc of Freet.
I'm having trouble reading.
At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. So you exile Each player exiles a card. So in a commander game, you got 4 people. So each one of you exiles a card. An opponent chooses 1. You get to pick 2 from the other 3.
Okay.
So they're picking 1 that you don't get.
Okay.
I guess is what this is doing. And a foil Coppercoat Vanguard for the cube.
There you go.
So that's cool.
For the cube.
For the cube, man. Yeah. Gold Forged Thopterix. It's a 2-mana 1/3 flying lifelink. Each legendary permanent you control has ward 2.
look at its type.
Dinosaur Thopter. Okay.
Stick that in your Dino Tribal deck.
I guess so. It makes your legendary permanents ward 2. So planeswalkers, creatures, legendary enchantments.
Jundum.
That's apparently what we're doing. We got a Metropolis Reformer. We have 1 mythic right now. I just want you to know this.
Yeah. Well, we got plenty of packs.
We have a 3-mana 2/3 Angel Cleric Flying Vigilance. You have hexproof.
I try.
Whenever Metropolis Whenever Metropolis Reformer is dealt damage, you gain that much life.
It's funny how hard, like, a side note, it's funny how hard it is to speak, like, once you hit record on a camera.
Yeah, it is. We got a foil Niv Mizzet, though.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool.
That's the 5-color one?
5-color, flying hexproof from monocolored.
Yeah.
Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly 2 colors has Jumpstart.
Is that
Supreme? Yeah. This thing is pretty.
It's good foiling.
Yeah, well,
it's a little benty, but like
that's okay. They're all benty. That's just normal now. If they're not benty, they're misprint.
Oh,
yeah, that's how bad it's getting.
The more you know. And
the misprint the quality assurance is so bad. The misprint count is so insane that like misprints aren't even misprints anymore.
Yeah.
They're
misprints.
We have like 18 Death Rattle Onis. I just want you to know that because there's only like apparently 10 uncommons to pick from. So.
Are they rats?
Demon Spirit.
Oh, dang.
Tranquil Frillback.
Oh, that looks fun.
3-mana 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay green up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, choose up to that many. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Exile target player's graveyard. Gain 4 life.
That does a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a good card actually overall, but Undercity Upheaval is pretty. Undergrowth is a mechanic apparently.
Oh, that's...
Oh, check it out.
I was about to say that looks like a Ravnica card. Because that's what was in Guilds of Ravnica, was that Undergrowth mechanic. And I used to... There's this card called Crawl Harpooner.
Yeah.
It was a 3/2, and then it would +X for the amount of like creature cards in your graveyard.
Okay.
So I would play that for 2 mana. He'd get like this was after I'd get board wiped in Standard because it was happening with like blue with like Esper and blue white and all that sort of stuff. It sucked, and I was just playing mono green because I thought, why not? It's fun. And Galta was in the set, so I'd play this 2-mana dork after having all my creatures killed and wiped. It would plus him to enough to make Galta worth 2, and you know you're on turn like 7 or 8, so like all you need is 4 mana. And I'd play him, and then it reduces the cost to cast Galta because he's like 10 and 2.
So this is like an anti-board wipe thing. So distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard as you cast the spell.
Little late, wizards.
Creatures you control gain vigilance. So like so
that's
someone
only sorcery, so I guess it's not all that special.
Right, but I mean so like someone wipes your green white board, and then you're like play a dude or 2, and then make them all like +8/+8 or something. Yeah.
Right.
Now the problem is your token strategy and your commander deck kind of goes against this because you can't catch tokens in the grave with this. So.
Right.
But I mean it's fine. All right. 1 mythic. We're rolling.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just have the 1.
Best $45 I ever spent. All right. We got a Kiora. It's a mythic.
Hey. There
Sovereign
you go.
of the Deep.
It heard.
Vigilance Ward 3. This is a 5-mana 4/5. Whenever you... Oh my god, here we go. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value less than X from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom. So yeah, you go Leviathan, chain into a Serpent, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like Cascade into a kind of... Not really Cascade, but you get the cast a free dude off the top of your head.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Oh, you can cast anything off the top as long as it's lower mana value. That's cool.
Neat.
Hey, look, foil Undercity Upheaval.
Yep.
A lot of foily stuff in this. Feels like these feel like Beggar Man's like collector boosters.
Okay.
Because I'm getting like fancy borders and I'm getting like, bad cards that are like all foily and getting multiples in a pack that are foily.
It's bad, but it's pretty.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you need more Death Rattle Onis? See? It's like, what, number like 11?
Is that a rat?
Demon Spirit. Still a Demon Spirit like it was last time.
Almost.
Yep. And we got Nissa, Resurgent Animist, which is the card I wanted.
Elf Scout. That's cool.
Yep, 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color.
Landfall.
So it's like a Lotus Cobra.
Yeah.
Then if this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom. So this card sees a little bit of chase, like people wanted this card.
Yeah.
So
that
that's a nice one to have. And we got some cool border stuff going on here with the filter out.
I can see based on like the piles, like that there's just like a bunch of.
We got a lot of rares and stuff though too. Like, I mean, we got that foil Mizzet too, which was pretty. So the collector boosters of these have like I said, like the special foilings and stuff. I don't know if you get They have like sketch ones. Like they look like they're sketched out.
Sketch on them.
Yeah, I don't know if those are in here or if they're
I've
in
seen
the
those.
collectors.
I wasn't quite sure which one that came with because
that's the Urborg Scavengers again.
They keep making so many of these
This
sets.
is the Slow Flare.
Oh.
Hey, a foil Training Grounds, which is exactly what I'd like to have.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a good card. This is a great reprint. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate.
Here, lay it flat for a sec.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
This card is like a great reprint. It's probably worth nothing now because it's in this set and it's the Evercore.
Who did the art on it?
I don't know. Some person I'm not familiar with, but...
Is that a new art or is like...
Yeah, this. Okay. I think this is new. I don't remember this artwork being a thing. Training Grounds is old.
Yeah.
This is like the notable reprint, so...
That's one of those like cards that like...
You're not supposed to be there, but I'm actually going to keep this aside because...
Yeah.
Just like you did when you did your box.
Yes.
Last time.
The ones you like. Dan's picks. So far we have one.
Training Grounds. I want all the Training Grounds.
Your veterancy is showing.
Yeah. It's a great reprint. It's not worth a lot, I don't think, anymore. But so now we got Nahiri's Resolve. So I guess with all the legends, there's like a lot of these like support cards.
Mm-hmm.
So Nahiri's Resolve. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have haste for 5 mana enchantment. Beginning of your end step.
5 mana.
What's up?
That's a lot for 5 mana.
Yeah, I mean, it does other stuff.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your end step, exile any number of non-token artifacts and or creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield. Oh, so you blink your stuff. Okay. That's probably fine. Foily Stubhorn.
Dinosaur tribal.
Vampire Noble. Yeah, we got the Thopter dinosaur and we got the Snubhorn guy.
Why did they put dinosaurs into this set?
So this is like everything because they were going through all the planes, I think.
Yeah.
That's why there's like Ravnica themed stuff. There's
right.
Dino themed stuff, like Ixalan stuff. There's
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I think all the different like bordered stuff exists too. So you have the Strixhaven stuff. You have all this crazy nonsense.
It's just kind of like a mix mash.
Rebuild the city. This is a 6-mana sorcery that's probably not going to see play. Choose target land. Create 3 tokens that are copies of it, except they're 3/3 creatures in addition to their other types, and they have vigilance and menace.
Okay.
So you make 3 copies of your land, of a land. So any land.
Sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
So someone could be like, your tabernacle. I'm gonna make 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they're legendary, so that's not good. But like, but now there's at least 2 tabernacles at the table, and it's a 3/3. Means it has to pay for itself.
That's funny.
For the tabernacle. It's bad.
Anyway,
that's a bad card, but that's okay.
That's one way to try and get somebody to... That's really a terrible way to remove.
That could go in the queue.
Oh, yeah, nice. Our Vanguard is back.
Yeah.
You're going to have a playset soon like I did.
Yeah. That's cool. I like the artwork on that.
What was mine that I was? My Human Warlock?
Oh, the 3/2 for 1?
Yeah.
That makes a cursed roll token. We didn't look up what a cursed roll token does yet.
Which is some sort of aura that's cursed.
It's a token aura, yeah. I think it must like shrink the creature or something stupid, or I don't know. We got Sarkhan, Soul of Flame.
Oh.
Dude, there's like so many dumb legendaries in here. 3 mana, 2/4. Dragon spells cost 1 less.
He's blue-red.
Yeah, Sarkhan always was. Well, okay, no, he wasn't. He was red.
I thought he was red.
He was red. Then he went Teamer in Dragons at Tarkir.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, the Teamer
with green.
Planeswalker. So the mono red one was from Khans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went Is Sarkin in the War of the Spark stuff? He's not in there, is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Because we put him in. I don't remember which. He's in some part of that.
Mono red.
Thing. He's mono red.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the one where like you plus him and like all your planeswalkers.
I wonder what timeline.
Become dragons.
Okay.
And if you have dragons, because I think you can make
you
dragon
wanted to
tokens.
play that.
Yeah,
because
it's really funny. Because if like you have dragons, if they attack you or like a planeswalker, I think it's if they attack a planeswalker. I forget. It has some cool static effect. I think. Yeah. So that would make it a War of the Spark card, where it's like each of your dragons deals like 1 damage to like whatever the attacking thing is.
Okay.
So like it, especially on Arena, it looked pretty cool.
Right.
Because like then like your dragons that you just had there could just like be defending, whether they were like tapped or not from a previous attack.
Right.
They would just defend you. It was awesome. And then you would turn your other planeswalkers into dragons, which was
the mono red one. I just remember he turned into like a 4/4. So he had like the Gideon type thing going on.
Yep.
From cons.
Yeah,
and then
he makes
Teamer
all
one,
the planeswalkers 4/4 dragons.
The Teamer one would add. You could add mana back to your mana pool. He was 5. He was like Teamer and then 2. So it was blue, red, green, and then 2. Anyway, he makes your dragons 1 less, and then whenever a dragon enters, he can become a copy of the dragon.
Oh, for that turn?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Except its name is Sarkin Soul of Flame and it's legendary. So it doesn't take the name, but...
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
But...
Well, that's probably good because dragons are legendary. So, like, that would, like, do the whole legend rule thing, which would suck.
So I don't know if that would be something that, like, somebody would probably maybe play, like, a command. I mean, actually, the fact that he makes your dragons 1 less might be worth playing as a commander on its own if you're a dragon, if you're building a dragon deck.
Playable.
Yeah, probably.
Playable.
Or he goes in the deck somewhere or something.
Play a Vivati... Or Revol... What's his name?
Hey, Training Grounds!
Invictus? Oh, another one.
Would you say? What?
What's the... There's one of the legendary dragons.
Oh, God.
And now I can't remember anything about what he does, but he's like a 6/6 flyer.
From one of the more recent sets?
No, it's back like...
Training Grounds.
I think M19 is when they had some...
Ooh, full rare.
Some crazy dragons.
Oh, this is that stupid... the Angel Cleric. 2/3 for 3 Flying Vigilance. You have Hexproof. This artwork is... There's
a lot going on.
Yeah, we're just going to move on.
It's a little tough to see.
That reminds me of that Faithless Looting Secret Lair card that Paul sent me. There's this really bad Faithless Looting from a Secret Lair.
Oh, the one that looks like
looks like a person.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
It's just like a photo, like a
it looks like
Photoshop.
A photo. Yeah. And he got it signed by the artist and sent it to me. And I was like, you're a piece of shit.
That's awesome.
Dranith Ruins. There's land in here, apparently. Tap for colorless. 2 tap. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target non-human creature that entered the battlefield this turn. That's pretty good. Non-human. Non-human. That might be what makes this bad.
Yeah.
Because this could see play like in your commander deck, right? If it could hit like everything. Because you have a lot of...
Probably.
Oh, wait, no, you have elves, right? Your deck's just kind of tribally all over the place, isn't it?
Well, the token one, is that what you were trying to refer to? Yeah. So it's... I'm just trying to make a lot of guys. So it's like, it's anything that can, like, green-white stuff that makes tokens. So it's like
some
cats,
stuff might be
soldiers, humans.
Okay. Well, then maybe it would still be cool. Maybe that'd be, like, a consideration. I don't know.
Maybe it's okay. It's just not super cohesive where it's like, there's probably just
Tranquil
a better
Throwback. That's the one that you can pay the extra green. A lot of foil rares. Oh, this one's not foil, but it's an extra rare.
Yeah.
So...
It seems like that
weird.
That optional slot, whatever that is, like at the back of
could
the
be
pack,
any of the cards.
Could be any of the...
So you get like extra rares and mythics.
Yep.
It'd be cool to see a mythic pop up in that slot, because then you get one of these in like a fancy border or
Maybe there's like a cool Nissa one that's like that.
There is. Yeah, there's some... The collector's booster has like really pretty ones in it.
They're Issa.
3 mana enchantment. Spark Rupture. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Each planeswalker with 1 or more loyalty counters on it loses all abilities and is a creature with power and toughness, each equal to the number of loyalty counters on it. So is this supposed to be like a defensive play?
It's like a White Elder spell kind of
like
thing?
you turn off the opponent's walkers that way and then like they just become creatures? I don't want a sculptor with 10 power and toughness coming at me.
So it replaces itself, draws a card, so that's good. So if anything, it's just a 3 mana, draw a card.
Yeah, and it shuts off all planeswalkers.
With 1 or more loyalty counters on it, loses all abilities. Yeah, and is a creature with power and toughness each equal to the number of loyalty counters. Oh, so it makes them into creatures, so then they can be targeted.
So now instead of a Mind Sculptor Ultimate, I have a 10/10 coming at me. Or a 12/12 coming at me. Could you imagine? Yeah. I don't know why anyone would ever play that card.
Well, is it all? Because
it's all planeswalkers.
Oh, so this is like Sarkhan. You just turn all your dudes into big mans.
Yeah, but they lose their abilities.
I mean, if you're attacking for 10.
Yeah, but what if they're attacking me for 10? I don't want that.
And then you just have to like petty theft this away. Oh, I guess petty theft is opponent stuff, isn't it?
I don't know.
You bounce it back to your hand and then use their loyalty abilities after you've attacked.
It seems like a lot of work.
Big
or we
brain.
just don't play it.
Big brain.
And we worry about this mythic cool border Obnixilis that we got.
Smaller brain.
Is this like the Streets of New Capenna?
Yeah.
Border?
Yeah, he was in. Oh, this might be. No, he's not a rat. Dang it.
But that's cool.
Demon,
We got
flying
the
trample 4/3.
cool border mythic. So
Yes, this is the stuff that was from New Capenna. Whenever one or more opponents, if you want to finish reading.
Oh yeah. So 4 mana, 4/3 flyer trample. It's Obnixilis, so it's a demon.
Yeah.
Whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Exile the top card of your library until your next end step. You may play that card.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
So that's like a drain game kind of thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know. See, a lot of these, some of these like cool legends are like, I think they're all really cool. I don't think I'd play any of them.
Who's that one? Is it the guy? One of the guys at the shop who plays the Sir Conrad deck?
Sir Conrad, yeah.
That could go in there, but then you'd like make the deck like red as well, I guess.
Yes, yeah, that would be a really different deck, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you have red access. So
I mean, you could even. So that would affect like Spectacle and like other stuff you could do with that, the Rakdos stuff.
you got PNLR. 2 mana, 2/3. Thopters you control have haste.
You just got a Thopter token, so it's perfect.
I know, and I have a Dinosaur Thopter.
That's right.
Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. I don't know that there's really enough support to build something like that as a commander. It seems a little silly, but
Someday.
Leyline Immersion is a foil rare, apparently.
Huh.
4 mana enchantment. Enchant legendary creature. Enchanted creature has ward 2 and tap, add 5 mana in any combination of colors.
Interesting.
Spend this mana only to cast spells. So you enchant a legendary creature only.
Right.
And then it has ward 2 and it can tap for 5.
Huh.
That seems volatile because even if that's like what you want to do and they just like bounce your dude, and they'll pay the 2. The ward 2 doesn't really. No offense against ward, but ward's like just a way to make hexproof like worse, I guess.
Yeah.
To make it more like balanced.
There was a card that I liked a lot in
just get hexproof.
In Ravnica. It was a mythic 6/6 for 4 that had like any person could pay, like it had hexproof, but like any person could pay like an amount to like turn the hexproof off.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like till end of turn. But it had this really fun effect where, and there was another card that had this too. I forget what it was. One of the older cards, maybe in like the previous Ravnica set or something. But it was called Nullhide Ferox, and if an effect would cause you to discard a card, like that your opponent like did to you, and you were to discard this card, put it onto the battlefield instead.
Oh yeah, that was Obstinate Baloth, I think, was the original card.
Yes, that was the original.
Yeah.
So people would do this all the time because they would have like Thought Erasure or something like that, and I'd know like if it's game 2, you know, you're siding this in against like Dimir and like other discard stuff, and you just keep the hand with like the 2 Feroxes and like nothing else but lands, and they'd be like Thought Erasure, and you're like Ferox like turn 2, and they're just like concede.
There was a time in modern history where Jund was the deck that every single person was playing.
Yeah.
And the best way to deal with the Jund matchup, when they'd go Lily of the Veil plus, and everyone discard a card. So you literally would just be sideboarding Obstinate Baloths in your own Jund deck. So that when with either of you resolves a Lily, you're just like discard, but instead it goes into play. So your own card fuels it, and the opponent's card, because it's the same deck, is also fueling it.
That's awesome.
But they're also doing it too. So now you just have a matchup where like you're just Lily of the Veiling each other and putting in Obstinate Baloths, and it's like whoever can piss faster wins, I guess. What was I ranting about?
We were talking about
Obstinate Baloth. Yeah, the Jund mirrors. You were just like
camera stopped. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the Jund mirror stuff.
Mirror.
Yeah, they were just Obstinate Baloths. Yeah,
just pitching them onto the field.
Yeah, from the Lily of the
everything
Veils.
was fueling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not important at all, relevant to this in any way.
At all.
We got
Rocco. Talk about.
Rocco Street Chef.
Oh, the modern street chef.
Is that what he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
There was somebody...
Modern Life.
I think
Rocco's Modern Life? Never mind. It's a terrible joke. Not good. I don't know why I tried it.
The B-52s did
because it's
the
late.
theme. The one dude, the guy used to work at Walmart that plays at the store. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He built this deck.
Oh, okay.
Like for Commander.
Yeah.
He was telling me about it. I don't even really think
What does he do?
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's got so much words on it.
That's what I mean.
At the beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card of the library. Until your next end step, each player may play the card they exiled this way. So group hug, exile the top card. Each player can play that card.
Oh, that's fun.
Whenever a player plays a land from exile or casts a spell from exile, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and create a food. He's a street chef.
Yeah.
And that's probably awesome. Like our 10th filter out. So
dude, food carts are pretty good. Food trucks.
You know
really
what?
Good.
I should have talked about this card, and it's actually kind of good. So 3 mana instant, return all non-creature, non-land permanents to their owner's hands.
Oh,
that's kind of good.
That's instant.
Yeah, for 3 mana, it's an uncommon too.
Non-creature.
Yeah, so it just doesn't bounce creatures, but it bounces everything besides creatures. Artifacts, enchantments, planeswalkers.
Oh yeah, so all the other stuff. So if you had like a creature-heavy deck,
or not tokens, but yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like that's actually kind of a
that's great for
playable
Merfolk.
card.
I mean, that's why there's a Merfolk on it, right? Like,
yeah,
it'd be great
yeah,
for,
there is. The glistening oil had been rendered inert, but planes wouldn't begin to truly heal until every last drop was purged.
Spooky.
The Phyrexians were invading. That's what all this was, right?
Yeah. So
all the different planes are all fucked up.
Yeah. They got to return to nature. Culligan Warmonger.
I kind of want to look at some of these now. 3 mana, 3/2, uncommon, haste, Ogre Warrior. Whenever he attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Reveal a dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. These are like actually like if you're in theme with this stuff, these uncommons are like pretty playable.
Yeah.
Like that goes with Sarkhan. Like
yeah.
That's like not a horrible card. Like interestingly, I wonder if they were really hoping people would see all these like new standard playable like synergies. Be like, oh, we can play like Sarkhan in standard. And it's like, but the meta's never worked that way.
I almost get a vibe where it's like maybe these were like card ideas they had in like some of the sets that came out, and they just didn't print them, and they're like, hey.
We got our first retro.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
the retro border.
Huh.
Animus Might.
Yeah, I didn't even read this yet. 3 mana. Oh, it's Palaparente. Nice. 3 mana sorcery. It costs 2 less to cast if it targets a legendary creature you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control.
Cool.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Garbage.
Nice. It's like a little like kind of fighty spell.
Yeah, kind of. Without the actual fight. Like,
yeah.
It just deals damage to them.
Yeah, which is always better.
There's that Warmonger.
There was one that came out again. I like the.
We got Sigarda.
Most recent.
We got a new Sigarda. 4 mana, 4/4 flying. Other permanents you control have hexproof.
That's pretty good.
You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast angel spells and human spells from the top of your library.
Okay. So that kind of goes along with, there was another...
And we got another Death Rattle Oni. It's not a rat.
What was the other angel?
Still a demon spirit.
The 4 mana angel that was in Dominaria, I think, where it was like... she made everything else hexproof, I think. But then if you paid a lot of green, she would give everything a counter. I can't remember what she's called.
I didn't really play during that set, so I'm not sure.
I think it's in my deck. I just can't remember the name.
And we got another Tazri, the guy that you opened in the first pack, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Each creature you control has tap at 1 mana of any color of this creature's color. And then...
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
He has a second ability. Did I not read that? You pay Wooburg.
Yeah.
Tap, mill 5 cards. Put all creature cards with activated abilities that aren't mana abilities from among the milled cards into your hand. So you mill 5, and then any creatures that are creatures with activated abilities go to your hand. It's kind of weird.
Would that work with cards that have adventure on them?
That's not an activated ability.
So it has to have an activated...
Yeah. The creatures have to have...
Oh, like what he has. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has...
Yeah.
That ability is an activated ability. Right. Yeah, adventure wouldn't be an activated. That's just like an alternative casting cost.
I was thinking for a second.
This is the kind of crap that like my brain has become. So I did this myself with music theory, where like I studied music theory so much that like it's hard to enjoy music.
Yeah.
Without analyzing it.
Yeah.
When you study judge rulings and like the comprehensive rules to the depth that I was, it's like the game is being ruined. Because now when I like see things, it's like.
Oh.
What was that? Did you show me that video where it's like everything is kicker?
Everything is kicker.
Everything's kicker?
Yeah.
And it's like it just gave me like
I think that's one
PTSD.
of the professor, whatever his name is. He does the Tolarian Community College videos.
Arnie Metalbrow.
which were, shout out, those were really helpful when I was getting back into Magic to like find like good stuff.
Don't give him any more people.
I'm just saying, like,
no, the professor's videos are good.
Yeah.
When Lisa was like wanting to ask about Magic, I actually sent her like one of his old videos on like the basic rules, like, hey guys, 20 life, you know.
The stuff's pretty timeless, which is neat.
Yeah, it was helpful. So we got
the game's pretty timeless.
We got Arnie.
Since we were like infants, so like a long time.
Yeah, for real. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. What's he do?
Human Berserker 3/3 for 3.
Dude, look at this art. What is happening to him?
It's Arnie Metalbrow. I don't know.
He's got metal in his forehead. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
In his brow. I thought he was being attacked for a second. He was like, ah!
Whenever a creature you control attacks or a creature enters the battlefield under your control, attacking, you may pay 1 in red. If you do, you may put a creature card with mana value less than that creature's mana value from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So, he attacks.
Yeah. Trigger.
Yeah. You may pay the 2. If you do, you put Ragavan.
Yeah, you dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Ragavan actually already has dash, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It was the worst fucking possible example I could have come up with, and that's what I came up with. Because he already has dash for 2, doesn't he?
Yes. Well, this you could do. You do this on turn 3. You do Ragavan turn 1.
Yeah.
Then they kill him. So you do Ragavan on turn 2, dash. So they don't kill him.
Okay.
And then you do him on turn 3.
Arnie Metalbrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't have haste, but
I'm sure all the Arnie Metalbrow players are taking our tips as we speak.
For sure.
All 7
Modern
of them.
Playable, clearly.
After this, before I go to bed,
yeah,
I'm gonna find out how many Arnie Metalbrow decks on EDH there are. Because you can look up like a creature and it'll say, we have like 800 decks in our database that people submitted or whatever that they found. They scour the web for shit.
It's got to be like Dwarf Tribal, right?
It's Human Berserker, but
that's the same thing.
They're short humans? I don't know.
Yeah.
Short people got
no reason.
The last pack, and it looks like I have an Egyptian Amonkhet like invocation border in the back.
What? How do you tell?
Just
from the side?
I could be wrong. I'm just guessing, yeah.
Okay, I think you're wrong, but
okay.
If you're right, like, you're right.
We got, I almost said defecation, but it's deification. Those are 2 different things.
Those are. Some people try to treat them the same.
It's just...
I don't.
We're going to hit the recording limit again.
We might.
2-mana enchantment. As it enters the battlefield, choose a Planeswalker type.
Uh-oh.
Planeswalkers you control of the chosen type have hexproof. As long as you control a creature, if damage dealt to a Planeswalker you control of the chosen type would result in all loyalty counters on it being removed, instead, all but one of those counters are removed. So you go to kill the Jace.
What's a Planeswalker type?
Jace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if their name
Planeswalker, Jace.
Right. So it's like Jace the Mind Sculptor is a Jace Planeswalker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they had multiple Jaces,
they solidified
it hits all of the Jaces.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. You name Nicol Bolas.
That's what
so if they swing their 5/5 at your Nicol Bolas,
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Instead of going to 0, he just goes to 1. So you kind of like almost like in perpetuity, you keep him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's a shame it's white because
that could be good for your like static effect planeswalkers, like Narsats and stuff like that.
You were right. It was a Strixhaven.
Yes.
Yeah. The Egyptian ones are in here though. We just didn't get any.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah, that's all right. Cosmic Rebirth.
The Egyptian ones are kind of neat. Wasn't there like a Fatal Push or something like that? Or no.
Well, the Egyptian border ones were the invocations.
Yeah.
Which were they were
Hour
things
of
like
Devastation or
and Amonkhet.
Amonkhet.
Yeah, and it was just random stuff. It was like Force of Wills were in there, Capsize, Counterbalance. Like there was like random stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to read this.
Okay. It just looks pretty.
I got 2 training grounds.
Yeah. Here's the special one. So we got a foil. You got a foil one and a not so foil one.
Yeah.
Which you can even see, like, I can push down on this, and like you can see that they bend a bit. I don't know how you fix this, wizard people. I don't know.
It's just
is what it is.
You need to buy better quality stock.
I guess, yeah.
Which is
going to be tough to do considering
changed.
Everything is
they've never fixed it.
So I think we understand, but at the same time, it's like
no,
this
I mean,
stinks, 'cause,
listen, I mean, they're
there's
selling.
value there.
You see the price of like that collector booster box you had.
I got the glittering sneak attack thing.
Now it might cost them more to make like that confetti foil sheet.
Yeah.
But not that much more, like to the point where like they could just, like whether they print a training grounds or a deification, it costs them about the same.
Okay.
Give or take. I mean, yeah, blue might be more expensive than white ink or something, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So whether it's a scalding tarn or a fatal push, it's like it's gonna cost the same, right?
Yeah. I guess
So like you can make a lot of money by just selling the more expensive products, and then use that extra profit you've gained because they're paying $400 for a master's box to buy better card stock, but they don't.
it would be nice.
Yeah, and it used to be really good. I mean, listen, I've opened those unhinged packs I had.
Yeah.
The unglued packs. I mean, there's no foils, but like those cards were perfect, and they were from like the late '90s.
Right. Well, that was the one thing I noticed like over time. Like I've had some old cards when I started to come back, like some just little commons and whatever that are like useful, like dorks and all that sort of thing. So. And those cards were like in a box in like a sometimes humid environment, sometimes not, and they were fine. And even some of them were foil, and like they were kind of okay, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder like what happened recently, aside from maybe like supply chain issues and all the stuff that's been going on like macroeconomically, to affect
Well, but it has nothing to do
quality.
with that, because this stuff started shifting back when I was playing Standard.
Oh, okay.
This was like back before you even started playing at shops.
Yeah. When did Hasbro buy Wizards?
Oh, that was back in like that was way
early
before even I started playing. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, Wizards sold off pretty early. Wizards was Wizards until like the early thousands.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd have to double check. I don't actually fully remember. But
We'll
yeah,
find out. Or
it wasn't even when Hasbro took over, nothing changed like for the bad at that point. But this happened while I was playing the Standard back in the day. Because I gotta say, I remember when they first brought back the treasure card stuff. Like so an original Zenda card, they did the treasures, which if you opened a box, there was a chance you'd find similar to what they did with the Legends boosters that they bought that palette and put them in like random packs. Like, they acquired like singles off the market and stuck like dual lands and like random old cards in random packs.
Okay.
This happened back in 2009.
Yeah.
And that was like the only time they ever did that kind of stuff. And then Battle for Zendikar was when they first did the lottery cards. So that's when like the fetch lands with the full thing. Those were coming out and they were being cut, and you could see the peeling of the paint peeling off the card where they chop them. They were like worn on the edges already, coming out of the packs like that, to the point where they were saying if you got one that was rough, you could send it in and they would replace it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was already the start of that, like the cardstock being crap,
the quality going
and
bad.
the print and the cut quality being
Yikes.
garbage and stuff. Yeah.
Yikes.
But anyway, so maybe we can have a topic discussion on that another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to round this out, last comment.
Weird product.
This is a weird product. Would you like to see more of this kind of like
100%
condensed thing
1000%,
going forward?
1000%. It's affordable, so like the average player can save up, grab a box, just crack it for fun like we did. If you're into Standard, there's a chance that maybe there could be some Standard playable stuff or meta-changing stuff in these things.
Yeah.
Thirdly, we won't see any more of these because this product did not do well based on what I've seen and what I've seen other people say. This was obviously a test.
Yeah.
And I think as cool as these cards are, and I love Training Grounds, I don't know that any of these cards saw any Standard play whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, it came out at like the end of kind of that portion of Standard, which is kind of strange.
I think if anything, this is more valuable to a Commander player who's like building up a collection of cards.
With all the legends.
And even then, I'd say that's a hard press because as cool as these are, I don't know that you're playing most of these as Commanders.
Yeah, this went along
I like the Nissa.
with like the story less so than like the game itself, it seemed.
Yeah.
So maybe
It's
next
a really
time,
weird product. Like,
if they were to do it, like do so within the realm of like the actual Standard pool or whatever set comes out. Or maybe like take your set boosters, or because these are effectively like little set boosters.
these are like
right?
set boosters,
Like do a like a shrunk kind of set booster thing that's like a little more manageable of a size,
Right.
for a player to digest that maybe isn't as powerful or vast as a regular set booster, but like more focused on like, I would say if it's, because again, I like Ravnica. If it was Ravnica, maybe you have these smaller little epilogue or like interlog sets that are like guild focused. In a set manner, and maybe that kind of patches that that concept.
But again, like, and like if you look at all these cards, there's just nothing here that was going to see any standard play.
Yeah.
Now, even though you're not playing,
Sarkhan.
But I don't think he's going to see standard play.
No, I know.
And
there's like no dragons that I can think of.
Yeah,
it's a Goldspan dragon. But
I mean, I don't know. It's just I think it's cool. I think it's a cool product for the price. I think it was cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, I paid, like I said, like $45 for a box, and like,
yeah,
I got some cool cards.
That's pretty sweet for like a thing that's like not a pre-constructed because what do the commander decks go for? Like the precons,
like
those are
30 to 35 to $45.
So if you just wanted a variety of cards instead of, and those are like super focused, like that's just a deck, like it just gets you a deck.
I'd argue that's the better purchase if you're like newer and you're just like, because this is just a
if you have nothing
conglomerate
started,
of nonsense.
This is like, what are you going to build with this?
Yeah, but if you already bought a deck, then this is like a second purchase at a similar price.
Yeah.
That maybe there's a few things in here that you could like change some cards out in your deck or something.
Yeah.
Although at that point, maybe you just buy the singles you need, because I don't really advocate for sealed product.
It's tough to it's tough to tell. But if you were like trying to like build out your collection, or you wanted at least like rewards, and this could be a good thing too. I'm thinking on like the LGS side of things. What could your store use as price support that isn't really going to be too grand of a prize? Like maybe you have kind of like some micro
some of these packs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like this where it just...
I mean, if I open a foil training grounds, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Because these reminded me of like standard showdown packs.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But this like has maybe like potentially a little higher power level.
I should get a hold of some of those.
It's more focused within the set that you want. Yeah, that could be fun.
Like some random like promo packs or something. And
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Do more of this. We have that... cons thing, if there's like maybe leftover packs from that.
The goal with that would be so it's a 8-player draft, 3 packs each, be 24. That's 2/3 of the box.
Oh, and then the winner.
So the other 12 would be prize support, basically.
Oh, that's fair.
As much as I would love to open those, unless I don't know if those would be fun to open on like camera, because like it's either fetch or bust. I think. Like, there's no like the value is in the draft.
Right.
More than like the cards. I mean, listen, we open. If I'm cracking a foil flooded strand, that's a great hit.
That'd
but
be
like,
sweet.
Which I've done. I opened 2.
Whoa.
I opened a lot of cons. I was really bad back in the day. I opened, I think, 3 cases of cons. So it's like 18 boxes. Yeah. And I opened some foil deltas, and I had like, I think it was like, my old eBay history shows I sold like 5 sets of polluted deltas.
Whoa.
Yeah. And they were like, they were high. They were like $20 a piece.
At the time, that's
which
pretty
was
good.
Which was high.
That's pretty good.
And they even went up above that at one point. Now they're like 50.
Yeah.
Because they just haven't reprinted them. But yeah, jeez. I think I tore up a flooded strand once in anger.
That's painful.
Yeah.
That's painful.
I was so angry. I forget why, but I remember tearing it in half. And my girlfriend at the time, Tina,
you probably
didn't draw your... like, you're a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was mad because I wanted...
You didn't draw your cryptic command.
I wanted a foil Sidisi, I think is what I wanted. And I kept opening fetches. And I was ignorant of the fact that, like, a foil Sidisi wasn't that expensive. And I could have just, like, traded a fetch off or something and got one.
Just weren't thinking.
But I was so, like... No, I was mass opening product. I was, like, just in, like, psychopath mode.
Flip it or rip it.
Oh, God, we got to do that on camera.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like that game.
It's a lot of fun. Anyway.
I think it's a waste. I think it wastes stuff.
It is a waste, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
Hit flooded strands with that.
I'd lose my mind at that point.
Don't do it.
I'll have PTSD.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Cool.
Anyway, all right. That's all.
All right. See you later.
Deuces.